The price of oil, the price of gold, I should say, has been rising extremely sharply on the international exchanges. And that, of course, has given rise to opportunities. Gold, once again, becoming exceptionally popular whilst the pandemic has been raging. It's mixed blessings for Mark Bristow, who is the CEO of Barrick Gold. Mark, it is good to have you. I nearly used the old name of the company, but old habits die hard. I look at the gold share price, which I did have a graph of here, and I see the way it has risen so sharply. Is that simply we all fear what's going to come next?
Well, a little bit. Hello, Richard. How are you? I understand you're locked down in London. Nice to talk to you. A little bit, well, a lot of it initially was on the back of the merger between Randgold Resources and Barrick. And, you know, it couldn't have been better timed, that transaction. And then the fact that we've been able to keep our mines operating across the globe. And of course, as you point out, there's nothing like a negative real interest rate and a fear to drive the gold price.
Mark, I also wonder on gold and how you're managing to mine all this stuff, bearing in mind lockdowns and difficulties. I saw the production numbers that you've come up with, that you've managed to come up with. So how do you mine gold in these circumstances at a time of trying to be safe as well?
Well, it's discipline, Richard, and education, and keep the visibility of the virus. Keep the virus clearly visible so that you can manage it. And as you have, I'm sure, witnessed, it's very important that we practice the only protocols we have to fight this virus, and that is masks, social distancing. Whenever there's any symptomatic person around or positive cases, we trace and isolate immediately. And that's the only tools we have to fight the virus once we've flattened the curve. And that's what we've done with 40,000 people across 14 countries in Barrick.
So once you've done this, is gold, you and I have talked about this before, but in a time of pandemic where people really are going to catastrophic lengths in their minds and truly catastrophizing, does gold become that, you can't eat it, but you can sell it, and therefore you better have some of it under the bed?
Exactly. And, you know, the important thing, as you've seen, everyone is printing now. The printing presses are rolling, and that the impact of that is negative interest rates, devaluation of paper money, and that very process drives the value of gold up, because you can't print it, and you should have some in your portfolio. And by the way, if you look back all the way to Bretton Woods in the 70s, whether you go back to the turn of the century or just the last 2 years or 5 years or 10 years, gold has performed at the top end of all asset classes. And you will remember that late 90s, from 99 to 2001, gold wasn't in favor, but then it's the only time we've sort of seen perfect harmony across the globe, economically and socially. And I am sad to say that we don't see any signs of that today.
Mark Bristow, good to see you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.